Hi there. Today we're at Rockport Quarry near Alpena, Michigan. I've taken you to this area before. I've taken you to the beach and more recently to the sinkholes behind the quarry, but today I'm going to show you the quarry itself. This is a limestone quarry. It was active from 1927 to 1958, and it's a limestone quarry. So up near where the parking lot is, there's a huge pile of limestone that was mined out of here, and it's just sitting there ready to go somewhere and has never left. So there's a pier here, lots of fun things to do at Rockport. These are Devonian era fossils, so what you're going to find here are aquatic things. There's a lot of corals, some brachiopods. I've heard there's trilobites here, but I've never found one. There's a fossil fish that can be found here. I'll put the name on the bottom of the screen because I can't pronounce it. The last part is like Rockportensis or something like that, so it's actually named after this place. This is also a dark sky preserve, so if you want to see the stars at night, you can come here and check that out. So let's go take a look. This is one of my favorite spots in the quarry. It's on the east side. There's a road that runs down the east side, and it's about in the middle. And there's this pile on the east side of that road that just looks like clay or mud. And the fossils are small, but they're pretty easy to pull out. They're not embedded in the rock. You don't need a hammer or anything to get them out. Let's see if I can find anything. So you'll find like crinoid stems, like that. Here's another crinoid stem, a longer one. That's a crinoid stem. And there'll be corals and brachiopods. It's probably a little better after it's rained, and it hasn't rained for a while. Everything's a little looser then. Not sure what that is. A crinoid. I believe that's a piece of coral. There's a brachiopod. A little crinoid stem. Bigger brachiopod. That's a cool one. Never noticed this before. I think this might be an old railroad track. See how the woods all going the same way? Big coral of some sort there. My hand down there for comparison. Lots of stuff going on there. There's a big Petoskey stone. Nice of people to set them up on the rocks for me. Nothing on the back of that. You can see the side a little bit. Alright, here's a very, very big Petoskey stone. Look at that. Kind of cracked up, and from my experience they don't polish up very well when you get them out of the quarry here. I haven't tried that many, so I might be wrong, but that's really big. So for those of you that don't know what a Petoskey stone is, it's a fossilized coral from about 360 million years ago, from the Devonian period. It's the state stone of Michigan. So if you're from Michigan, you probably are familiar with what they are. A lot of people polish them up and make things out of them. There's a town on the west side of Michigan, on Lake Michigan, by the name of Petoskey, which is named after an Indian chief of the same name. I'm on the east side of the state on Lake Huron. Lake Huron's just over the trees there. Here's another big one. They're kind of all over the place here. Here's one. If you like Petoskey stones, this is the place to come. Here's a look at one of the walls of the quarry. It's not a very deep quarry. There's places where it's deeper than this, but there's a lot of water down that way. That's cool. There's my hand for scale. Pretty cool. Call that a death plate. Look at that. Coral, coral, coral. Whatever that stuff is. Petoskey stone coral. A different kind of coral. There's a horn coral. Look at the branching coral down there. I don't see any brachiopods. Might be missing one, but oh, I think that's a crinoid stem right there. With a cross section. Corals just layered all through there. It kind of looks like the back of a Petoskey stone, or the bottom of a Petoskey stone. I'm not sure though. Just keep running across these and I can't get enough of them. I just ran into a celebrity out here. This is Paleo Joe, and I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
Paleo Joe's easier. My last name is so tough.
Okay.
I'm out in Rockport Quarry, and lucky enough I'm looking for fossil fish. I do find a substantial amount of fish out here. The problem is unless you know what you're looking for, they're really hard to find. But once you know what you're looking for, they're fairly easy. The Devonian period was a period that they call the Age of Fish. We had lots and lots of fish back then, and the fish had hard armor plates on the external part of the head and also the trunk section. and those hard armor plates we call osteoderms, and the fish themselves are called placoderms. The species I've got right here is called Protite denictus. This is one of the species that we can find here, readily available. You see them almost everywhere if you know what you're looking for. You're looking for this blue color. That blue color is a mineral called vivianite, and those telltale spots right there, those are tubercles. And the Protite denictus species actually has lots of those tubercles all over it. This is just one small piece of a fish. The fish back then were normally much larger. The Dunkleosteus, for example, was over 30 feet long. The Protite denictus, the Holdenemas, those fish were anywhere between 3 to 5 to 8 to 9 feet long. They were quite large fish. A lot of times when you find small pieces like this kind of scattered around the quarry, what you're looking at is a larger fish ate a smaller fish, and then those hard armor plates were kind of passed through the digestive system and fell to the bottom of the ocean and then became fossilized. So a lot of times when you find these little tiny pieces around, that's what it is. Big fish ate little fish and pooped it out. Now, I have been able to find a lot of large pieces in here. That tells me that the fish died, sank to the bottom of the ocean. The exoskeleton kind of fell apart. The soft tissues rotted away. The skin, the muscle tissues, all that stuff is gone. All that's left are these hard osteoderms, these hard armor plates that were covering the head and the trunk section of the fish. So that's kind of what we're doing here, is kind of prospecting. I'm looking for larger pieces. This one is a fairly small piece, so I'm going to leave it here with you, and you can show it to your students and talk to them about the Devonian, the age of fish.
Well, thanks a lot.
Not a problem, my pleasure.
Been great meeting you. I'm up on top of the large pile of limestone. It was hauled out of the quarry but never made it to market. The quarry would be over that way, and the rock in the quarry that I was looking through would be mostly shale that was left over after the limestone was taken out. Over here you'll see a pier where the ships would have pulled in to haul this away. I'll take you up on top of there to get a little better view. How's that for a view? Well, that was an unexpected surprise, running into Paleo Joe here. I hadn't met him before, and he allowed me to tag along with him for an hour or two, showed me how to find fish fossils. I actually found a fish fossil, and he found several. If you'd like to learn more about him or from him, I'll put links to his website in the description of this video. He's an actual paleontologist. I'm just a guy who likes to go look for rocks for fun. He does guided tours about once a month here in the summer, so check him out. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.